Well, thank you. Good afternoon. I believe it's afternoon now, but it's so wonderful to see all of you and to be here for such a celebration as this. This is really a monumental event, and not just for CBP, but also for Harpers Ferry, but also for our country. And so I want to thank you for taking the time to be here for this ribbon cutting and to recognize all that it took to get to this point. I do want to give a special thank you out to our Assistant Commissioner Cooper for having me here, for the invitation, and for the hospitality as well. This is going to be my first opportunity to take a tour of Monarch Hall, and I'm looking forward to seeing what the center can bring in advanced training and technologies to each and every single one of the people that joined to serve the public and the people of the United States. I also want to thank Senator Moore Capito. I call her Shelley, because she's been a friend of mine for many years. And I want you all to know that I believe she's going to go down in history as one of the most effective senators that this country has ever seen. She has been so incredibly powerful in her advocacy for things that truly do matter. Would you please give her a round of applause? She doesn't just advocate for funding for this campus when she talks about Harpers Ferry and what this training center means. For years now, she has championed bringing the dollars that are necessary here to get this hall built. In fact, I think her alone, in her role on the Appropriations Committee, but also in the Senate and to members of Congress, have secured over $32 million to complete this hall. But when she does that, she tells the story. She tells the story of the men and women that will be here, that will train here, what it means for our country, what it means for our security and the ability of our families to be able to sleep and raise their children at night in a country where they're safe and where they can still pursue the American dream. I've been a long believer in the old proverb that says, what you see with your eyes, you carry in your heart. And I know that she does when she talks about this place, when she talks about West Virginia, and when she talks about what CBP means to this country as well. And also I want to thank Congressman Moore. I don't know of anybody else who got elected and hit the ground running harder and faster than he did. He works tirelessly not only for his congressional district, but also to make the House of Representatives a much more effective body. At days it can be challenging, I'm certain, which I'm grateful you're close enough to home. You can come home and detox once in a while. But I will tell you that when he stands up in a room and he speaks, people stop and they listen. And that rarely happens with members of Congress. When other colleagues are gathered together to learn about the facts behind a project or want to know for certain what truly is the situation that this policy will bring forth in this country, when Congressman Moore speaks, his colleagues listen to him, and he speaks with wisdom and discernment. So I want to thank both of them for being advocates of this facility and advocates of CBP and the work that they do every single day. There's a few other people that I do want to acknowledge. We have the opportunity to have Commissioner Rodney Scott with us today. I don't know if this is his first official event since being confirmed as the new commissioner of CBP, but if you would all congratulate him with me, I'm so thrilled at his new leadership role. It is not necessarily all that fun to go through a Senate confirmation hearing, but he did it, and he did it with grace. And I want you all to know that when I look at leadership here in this component, in this department, under the Department of Homeland Security, I turn to Rodney for leadership, and I turn to him to mentor other agencies. He is often someone who can speak with wisdom to somebody else that may not even be in CBP, maybe in a completely different department, such as USCIS or ICE or in FLETC, and he can give them wisdom and advice that helps them be more effective in the jobs that they have. So I am very grateful to have him willing to come back out of retirement kind of and hit the ground running and be ready to lead. But we do have somebody that is retiring, and that has been the acting commissioner, Pete Flores, and I do want to acknowledge him. I have never met someone who has served with such a steadfast consistency and care for the post at which he is responsible for than Pete. I haven't known him that long. I first met him when I was nominated for this position, but have gotten to spend hundreds of hours with him. And no matter what I said or did or decided, he looked at me and said, "Yes, ma'am, and this information might be helpful to you," and educated me and helped us make the best decision for our country. I've appreciated him more than probably he'll ever know. But if you do get the chance to spend some time with him, let him know how highly I think of him. We are grateful for his leadership. Also, thank you to Acting Deputy Executive Assistant Commissioner Cheryl Davies and Assistant Commissioner for Training and Development, Christopher Hall, and they have been absolutely fantastic for what they have done to lead our team and to commit to overtime. We all know that the last several years have been challenging, and with a change in administration comes many changes, but with those changes also comes a lot more work and a lot more time and dedication to get people back to securing the border to what President Trump has promised the American people, and back to doing the jobs that they needed to do in order to ensure we did that very quickly. They have put in overtime, and that has been absolutely fantastic to see their commitment. I also want to say thank you to the Advanced Training Center and Interim Director, Christopher Line, who has been amazing for the dedication of running the day-to-day operations of this center and the expansion, which continues to grow, and more people which will be inspired to come and to learn here and to serve here and to train here. I have long believed that when you invest in things, you show that you truly do care about them. For years and years, I was a children's pastor at our church. And when I first became our children's pastor, I also was farming and ranching and doing other businesses. But I remember having a conversation with our pastor one day saying it's really hard for me to hear people say that children are a priority when we don't put any dollars into the program. Where you invest your dollars is truly where your future is. And I believe that with this investment, now our church did, and he did, and it was fantastic. But what I would say is that when you see people invest and build, they're saying that they're investing in the people that will train here. And we face new challenges every single day in this country, new challenges that our agents and our individuals will have to be prepared for. And I believe that they will be prepared for them because of what we're doing here to make sure that we're resourcing and equipping them the way that we should. We have a critical mission, and I'm committed to making sure that we fulfill that mission and that we do it to the best of our abilities. Facilities like this provide the training that are necessary. I was raised by a dad that said consistently to me, Kristi, we don't complain about things, we fix them. And that is what we are doing today. We see challenges ahead in this country, new threats emerging everywhere, but we don't complain about them. We fix them, and how do we fix them? We fix them with men and women who love the United States of America, and we have trained and resourced and equipped them to meet those challenges head on. Now, we do have a bill that's coming before Congress I hope everybody will support that will be a necessary resource for CBP. That bill doesn't just have dollars in it to build a wall, which it will. It'll have over $46 billion in it, not just to continue building infrastructure wall, but to give us the surveillance and technology that we need to truly secure the border and every border, not just our southern, but our northern, our maritime borders as well. It also will provide $4.1 billion so that we can hire 5,000 new CBP officers as well as 3,000 new CBP border agents. It also gives us $2.7 billion to CBP so that we can have the surveillance technologies that we need, and another $1 billion for our vehicle fleet. It allows ICE to hire 10,000 new officers, which we cooperate every single day to secure our country. And it will also allow us to double our detention capabilities that may be necessary as we do our work. It also will address salary and bonuses, which I think is incredibly important. When you make sure that we take care of our people that work for us, we're taking care of their families. I don't know of anybody that can do their job with excellence if their family is in crisis at home. And that's the one thing that I want everyone who works with CBP to know, is that we've got your back, but we care about your family, and we care about your family's futures as well. One thing that I want to leave you all with today is to never lose sight of our priorities, of what our mission is. Our mission at the Department of Homeland Security is to secure the homeland with honesty, with integrity, and to do that in a way that best represents the United States of America. CBP has done that with excellence. They have done their job and overachieved anything to which I could have thought was possible in such a short period of time this training center is going to allow us to do even more far into the future. So thank you for wrapping your arms around this facility and the people that will train here. Thank you to the chaplain for praying over this building and the people that will train here, that God's hand and that this hedge of protection will be over them. And I'm so honored that you invited me to be with you today to celebrate this. This is a special day, and it's a special day not just for CBP, but for our country. May God continue to bless you, and may God continue to bless this great country, the United States of America. Thank you.